Yeah, it's something that we love to speculate on. It's like in this country, we tend to think of the Conservatives as more business friendly than Labour, but I think actually um, stock markets tend to have done better under Labour administrations. In the US, again, the Republicans are seen as more business friendly. Um, but depending on what period you look at, markets seem to have done better under a Democrat administration. I think where the evidence is clear is that Wall Street likes a split Congress. It likes the checks and balances of the Senate being under one control and the House of Representatives being under another. And I think the best returns have come where you've had a split Congress and a Democrat president. So, Biden may yet be good news for the markets. There has been speculation that well, big pharma companies have weakened already. Um, Biden has said he's going to reinforce the Affordable Care Act, um, which gives greater negotiating power to the federal government in negotiating drugs pricing, which could hit the pharmaceutical companies. So they've fallen off a bit. And Elizabeth Warren, when she was a Democrat contender, talked of introducing a financial risk fee on the banking sector, and so I think if Biden did get in and she was made Treasury Secretary, then we might see that, and we've seen the banks sort of a little bit weaker on the back of that. But as Biden he's ahead in the polls. It's looking more likely that he will replace Trump. And yet the markets haven't taken fright from that. The S&P is at an all-time high. So I don't think we've got anything particularly to fear from a Biden win.
Yeah.
I think what is going to be interesting is is the way that he governs and Biden's focus on the green agenda. He's committed the US to the Paris Accord on minimizing greenhouse gases. Trump has said that he's going to take the US out of the Paris Accord. He can't do that until November 2020, November this year. But some of the policy changes that he's already put in place are in contradiction of the Paris Accord. What Biden has said is that he's going to abide by that. He's going to ally himself with Europe and other developed countries in pursuing a greener climate change. Now, ostensibly, this is to make the planet a better place for all our tomorrows. What it does do is ratchet up pressure, particularly on China, which is continuing to build coal-fired power stations and use old energy generation techniques. And what I think we're going to see from Biden is a continuation of this Cold War against China, but done in a much more multilateral, collegiate fashion with the international community, and done under the guise of a green, environmentally friendly agenda. And I think that's going to be fascinating. And I think Sleepy Joe might turn out to be a lot more active than he's being portrayed, particularly by the Trump government. Just in terms of the second part of the question, if Trump does get re-elected, well, it's more of the same. It's more of an isolationist approach. It's more of a sort of big business, and probably trying to stimulate the economy as much as possible by any means available in order to secure his popularity. But the polls, everything is pointing to a Biden victory at the moment. But you can't rule out Trump, and there's a very sort of strong sort of silent, almost guiltily silent majority or proportion of the electorate who may yet vote for Trump.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting as well if markets, as you mentioned, Barney, S&P at an all-time high, as I think the Nasdaq has been as well. And it probably just takes a bit more of that kind of, markets continue to recover, grow, hit highs, and what have you for Trump, really, because that's one of the things Trump's kind of based his presidency on as well, isn't it? A strong economic America. So kind of if that can recover before elections as well, then it can very much change the dynamic there as well.
Subscribing to True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to your YouTube app on your phone, type in True Potential and press the red subscribe option. You'll then be notified as and when new videos are released.